If you've watched any of my notebook videos, you've probably seen this little pink binding machine. I've used it to make notebooks and calendars and flip pads and all sorts of lovely wire-bound stationery. I get so many questions about it, I thought it was time to give it a proper review. So I'm going to show you exactly how I use it, what I love about it, the things I think you should know before buying one, and whether I'd still choose one now after trying the other machine that I am also using. So this is the Munbyn 2-in-1 binding machine. I originally bought it because I wanted a small, affordable machine that would make proper wire-bound notebooks and calendars at home without needing a large professional binding setup. It's a 2-in-1 machine because I can punch the pages and the covers on this side and then close the wire binding on this side over here. You'll also hear me say that it uses a 2-in-1 pitch wire, which is this is the wire that I use. It simply means that there are 2 holes per inch. So when you're buying binding wire, you need to make sure you're choosing a wire that's compatible with a 2-to-1 pitch machine when using this. A couple of features about this machine that it does have is that it has this pin you can use when making longer notebooks. So the holes are square, it punches square holes, and it punches 6 of them. So if you're going to bind up the entire side of a notebook, all through there as well, you can use the pin to place it in a hole to keep them all spaced evenly. It also has these guide options with a little pin to place in here. Now the guide you can reference is written at the front, and you just move the pin to where you want to align it for your project. It does have the wire rack at the front. I use this for some of my smaller builds like notebooks and calendars. Not so much for the larger notebooks, I do them manually. It also has your guide along here, with 0 being the center of your project, so that you can, if you're doing a small project like this, you can center your project using these guides. And you can also store it easily by securing the handle, and you'll be able to pop that. I do store it in my top drawer. It fits in there comfortably. And so how I use this machine is that I would prepare my inside pages first and my covers. So the covers, I create the covers using 1.5mm grey board or chipboard, and I print my design onto vinyl sticker paper and wrap the boards so it has an outside design and also the inside sticker, and that's how I create my covers like that. So this project is ready to bind. Now for this project I actually don't need the guide. I am going to show you how I pre-punch my holes ready for the binding. So I would center it here using the guide on the side, and then just press the handle to punch through the board. One of the little quirks about this machine, when you do punch something to a little bit thicker like this, is that sometimes this can jump forward slightly after you've punched the holes. So I have found that even though it kind of comes out or jumps out slightly after you have punched the holes, that it doesn't affect the alignment or the lineup. It just comes out a little bit sometimes when it's a bit too thick. So it hasn't been a problem. It's a little quirk, but I haven't had any problems with the actual hole punching or the alignment, and it does stay straight. So then I'll go through for my notebooks. So I always tap out the bottom to align that, because that's what will be seen at the bottom of the flip pad. I'll align these with the guide and then punch them. Now I would do these in batches. They don't take a huge amount of paper, but if you work through in batches, I don't have a problem with that at all. It's not a large commercial machine where potentially the entire notebook will go in and punch it all at the same time. This is just smaller, more budget friendly, and so working through in small batches is just one of those things that you do need to consider when using this machine. Occasionally when I am punching the holes, because I'm using vinyl sticker paper, sometimes I get these pieces that didn't quite punch it through cleanly. I occasionally will get it on one or two holes, and I just use little side clippers like this just to clean up the cut, just to give it that more finished look. I don't find it to be too much of a problem to tidy up those pieces that didn't quite punch properly. That's okay with me. Now, this is all of the holes are pre-punched, ready for binding, and I am going to use gold. So I'll just start building my notebook here by placing the two pages together first, and then popping the inside pages on like that. Push the wire all the way through. Now my preference for wire size is actually this larger size. It's 3¼ inch or 19 mil, which doesn't fit inside the closer as it is, but I love this size on the finished project. I think that it looks perfect. You can use a smaller size, which will fit in here, and you'll be able to fit it straight in and close it. But I will manually just close the tips towards the spine with just enough room to finish it in the machine. So that is how I do mine, and then you just pop it in and give it a little squeeze. Now, this is one of the parts that I did have to practice a little more to get the wire binding lovely and round. You have to, I've just learnt the pressure is just gentle until everything is closed. It's not one squeeze and it's complete. I will always just work my way through until everything is right. So once I've built my notebook and it's complete and it's finished and the wire has been squeezed on and it's nice and round, that's my finished project. And the biggest reason I still love this machine is that it's simple. It doesn't take up much room in my craft space. I can punch and close my wire with the one machine, and I can make genuinely lovely finished notebooks at home. It was also very approachable when I was learning. There are bigger and more expensive binding machines available, but I didn't need a huge setup to start making the kinds of notebooks that I wanted to make. And and ultimately, the finished result is what matters most to me. Once I learned how to work with the wire and how I liked to close it, I could get a really neat finish with this little machine. It isn't perfect though. The biggest limitation for me is punching capacity. I'm making fairly substantial notebooks, so I can't simply put an entire notebook into the machine and punch it in one go. I work through my pages in batches. There's also a little bit of a learning curve with closing the wire. When I first started, getting that nice rounded spine consistently took some practice. I've recently been testing the Mini Cinch as well. And one thing that impressed me about this machine was its punching capacity. It doesn't automatically make it better for the way I make notebooks. There are things I prefer about each machine. I'll do a proper side-by-side comparison in a separate video. So after making all of these notebooks with this little machine, would I buy it again? Yes, I would. It definitely has limitations, particularly with how much I can punch at once. But for the type of notebooks I make, I still really love the finished result and what I can get from it. They look lovely, and I'm really happy with what it can create. Now that I've added the mini cinch to my craft room as well, there are some things that the machine does differently. Some things it does better, but there's also still things I really do prefer about this little pink Munbyn machine. So my next job is going to be putting these two side by side and showing you exactly how they compare. If you're thinking about making your own notebooks at home, I hope this has helped you see what this little machine can actually do. I've got lots of notebook and calendar tutorials here on the channel if you'd like to see the projects I make with it. And if there's anything about this machine that I haven't covered, leave me a question in the comments. I'll be happy to test it or include it when I compare these two machines. And yes, absolutely, you can make these too.